It's like for me, I was the kid that in high school, I had really, really bad cystic acne. I had periods that were so painful, so uncomfortable that I would miss school for days on end. And so my mom did what I think most individuals experience is like you go to your OBGYN, they write you a prescription for the pill, and it's like, oh, dang, like my skin is suddenly clear and glowing. And oh, like either, I don't have a menstrual cycle anymore or, everything gets better. And so it's a delicate balance of like understanding when we start doing things like taking oral contraceptives, how that might affect us in other ways. But it's like if somebody's dealing with all those symptoms, kind of like you mentioned, it's like I was a little upset that there wasn't more discussion on, hey, well, actually, if you made changes to the way that you're eating and you made changes to the way that you're training, which, I've always been an athlete. I was a competitive gymnast, did competitive track, in college, it was like I ran marathons and then got into CrossFit and, present day, just kind of love bodybuilding and strength and conditioning. But it's like, I was always doing the most on everything. So it was like, if you talk to me in high school, well, everything I was eating was typical high school kid. Like it was super highly processed foods, going out to eat at McDonald's, caffeine and just tons of like sugar and everything was just stress, right? So it was like I wasn't eating enough food. The foods that I were eating were probably super inflammatory and not great for my body. I now, present day, I know that I'm gluten and dairy free to support my autoimmune condition, but it's like for sure as a high school kid, I was crushing, bread and pizza and cheese and all the things that now present day I'd be like on my deathbed if I tried to, even have a couple of bites of that. But, it's like present day, I have really relatively symptomless menstrual cycles. And, it's like if I didn't track my cycle, it's like that day would happen. I'd be like, oh, start my menstrual cycle today. Whoops. But, for most people, it's like the severe mood swings. It's everything from feeling, super crummy leading up to your workouts to some people feel really terrible during their menstrual cycle as well and just don't have that strength, don't have that power output. And so it's like, if, again, we talk about how are we getting from A to B? And so would you rather take a prescription and temporarily relieve those symptoms